Stamping friends! Welcome to the Joy of Stamping with Rachel. I'm Rachael Coon, and today is Fun Fold Friday, and I have a special visitor. This is Brooklyn, my daughter, and it's her 16th birthday today. So wish her a happy birthday, and this card was made for her. I haven't given it to her yet, though. All right, go ahead and grab your supplies while I flip, and we'll get ready to show you how to make this card.
Bye, guys.
Okay, you guys can see that all right? This card we're making today is an easel card. They're super easy and literally is just one difference from a regular card that we usually make. And that difference is that the card can stand up like this. And that comes from making one simple score. Let me show you what it looks like on this side, like that. And there's our card. Like I said, this is that new stamp set called Jar of Flowers. And this is a fun stamp set. It has reversible stamping images in them. Let me show you what it looks like. So these ones right here are all reversible. So I can stamp it on one side of this one, or I can stamp just the dark image of the jar on that side. Same with those images there, which makes it great and easy. You can see those are the reversible images. Okay, so this was the card I made for my daughter. It says a very special day, and then inside it has happy birthday. The idea of an easel card is to make it so it'll stand up on a desk or table when someone wants to be able to display it. We're going to make this card today, but I'm going to change up our designer series paper just a little bit. Let me show you how we did it and tell you some of these measurements. So we'll start with our card base, which is a 4 1/4 by 11, and I have it scored in two places. I have the 5 1/2, which is our halfway point, and then I did half of our halfway, and I have 2 3/4. You can always make this score somewhere below this line as well, and it'll still make that easel card, but I usually like to go halfway. Thanks for joining me. I see a couple people here. I can't see your comments, so I apologize. And I'll be sure to say hi, and I will comment afterwards. So that's our card base. Next, we have layers. Our outside layers is cardstock and the DSP. The cardstock, I have it measuring at the 4 by the 4 1/4. Sorry, 5 1/4 right there. The DSP, I have it just a little bit off. So you just have that outline here, and I have that at 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And this piece is the same size as our white inside. I'll show you that here. Those two are the same, so they'll match that way. I used also a rectangle die stitch, a rectangle stitch die. You can see where there's stitches on this one as one of our layers. And I use this nested stitches, or stitch nests. I always forget how to say it. For this image, and you can see I've already colored it in with our Stampin' blends. This is our alcohol-based markers that are great for blending and making images look amazing. And let's see if you can see, I also used Wink of Stella in the center. That's another one of my favorite items that adds just a little bit of glitter without any of the mess. It goes exactly where you want it. And I have it in the center of those sunflowers. And I, of course, have my linen thread. Linen thread is one of my favorite embellishments, and I use it on nearly every project. It's really fun. So there's that one stamped and ready to go. I wanted to show you that it's a little bit different than the card I made for my daughter. So there's our image. This one I did it all in the same color, and this one I left black and then colored in. So if you're not a big fan of coloring, you can leave it just that same color of this card base or the paper you're using, and it will look just stunning as well. All right. And the last measurements we have are our inside piece of paper. And since our DSP, this is the Good and Taste, the one I showed earlier today, this one's double-sided. So I could pick either this wood side or this Old Navy panel looking side. I'm not sure which one we'll do. We'll see which one. And then I also have this little layer here, the strip. This DSP, let me give you that measurement real quick. is 3 7/8 by 1 3/4, and this little strip here is 1/4 by 3 7/8. Okay, so let me show you how we layer this and how it all comes together. First, what you're going to do is work on your card front. And because this is a darker DSP, I like to use the liquid glue, the Tombow, the green glue, some people call it, because of that green lid. Liquid glue is great because it gives you a little bit more wiggle than Snail or our new Seal even that came out just this week. I'm excited to get that into my hands and start playing with it. So look at my line up here. I'm gonna get that edge just right. See, that liquid glue gave me some forgiveness. If I would have put that down earlier with the Snail, it would have not been as happy. Okay, so there's a layer there. And then we have our rectangle and our image here. And this one, I actually did use Snail on. My rule of thumb is if it's Whisper White, I will usually use Snail because I don't like snail lines. I know that sounds silly, but you can kind of see them through, or I don't like the glue lines from the adhesive, the green adhesive. You can kind of see them through when you use the liquid glue on the lighter images. And I'm just going to line this one up. Let's see if you guys can see that okay. Oh, good. Like that. And then I'll put some dimensionals. I don't have my big dimensionals here, so we'll just put a couple of our little. Grab some of these. Like that. Easel cards are great, and if it has a card front that has this type of layout where it's a big panel, you can make almost any card into the easel card. All right, we'll put this guy right on here a little bit. I already have his cute little saying right here, the happy birthday. This one, I had happy birthday on the inside of my daughter's card. And outside. So people can know it's happy birthday just by looking at it. And of course, I'd added that rhinestone right there. Okay, let me grab our tear and tape, and you'll see why. So for this guy right here, what I will use is tear and tape. Tear and tape's a great adhesive because all you have to do is pull it out. You can measure it kind of, and then it just tears. And it's double-sided adhesive. It's a little bit stronger, and it's great for 3D projects. This card, I feel like, has a little bit of movement to it, and so I want to make sure it stays in place and we don't have any issues. So I'm just going to put 3 strips right there and pull it down. I'm going to go ahead and first increase my score lines, just so that they're good to go without anything in the way. We'll get this score line right here. Just crease that one nicely with this bone folder. Okay, now we should be ready to remove this tear tape. And tear tape isn't as fast as, the Snail or the Seal or liquid glue, because you have to remove items, but it's not too bad. There you go, look at that. All right. So I'm just going to line this up, and you can see this score line acts as a guide, so I knew that I'm not putting any adhesive above this line. If you do, your easel card is gone. It won't work, so make sure when you're doing your easels that you have it below that score line, that center score line. We'll just line this up so nicely, like that, and lay it down. And we have a little bit of easel already going. So let's finish it up by doing the inside. The inside, you want to be able to have a place for this edge of the card right up here to snag on the bottom here. This one, I just had used a panel and some cardstock, which works. It makes it stand, but a lot of times you can use something like dimensionals or another image, and that will help keep that popped up a little bit better. So that's what we're going to do for this one. Let me use my Snail in a second. We're going to add this panel here, and I think I'm going to flip this one and make it so it's 2 tones of the DSP. It's such beautiful DSP that I honestly want to show it off both sides. This is my very, very favorite DSP now. Has great colors and images, and I just love it. All right, let's get this guy in as well. And we're almost done. We'll put it in, line it up like so, flatten it. So we have it roll away. All right, and then this is our little strip here. So I have dimensionals on the back. I'm just gonna put it all the way across. Make sure I got them all. All right, flip it, and I'm gonna line it up so it just overlaps it just a little bit, like that. Make sure it's good. And there we go. There's our easel card. Easy peasy, right? Just a couple of layers, and that extra score really does the trick. All right, you guys, I hope you had a great time making this card with me and looking at the fun new DSP. And I hope you guys can make one of your own easel cards. Thanks for joining me today. Happy stamping, everyone. Bye.